Hello everybody, welcome to VRML. This is preseason week 6, the final night before the preseason finals, and we're in for a fight between Orbit and Flare. Over on the casting booth today, I'm Palidore here doing the casting and cams alongside my good buddy here, RealityCheckVR. How's it going, man?
Hello. What's going on? Good to be here with you, Palidore. This is the first time I've gotten to cast with the man, the legend, Mr. Palidore.
Well, you did get that 1 minute cast with me earlier.
I did. I felt I was an honor to actually get a cast with you and Sir Dimwee at the same time because you're both fantastic casters, different styles completely, and I think that's also one great thing is to get to learn from, is to see how different approaches people have to this game and the different casting styles, and it's certainly something that is not only exciting to see but very fun. I'm having a lot of fun doing this stuff, so
yeah,
keep doing it.
Isn't it the best? But yeah, I'm glad to have you here too. This is going to be a great matchup we have in store for Orbit here. They have a chance. This is a must-win, much like for Ignite earlier in the night. If Orbit wins this, they have not a guarantee. That's important to note, but they have a chance at maybe squeezing into the fourth, depending on how MMR actually plays out here. So off we roll. First on the disc, it's going to be Chrome Platypus here, taking it and just backing it out. For a Flare here, this is going to confuse me. I mentioned this before the stream. Orbit is a blue theme team, Flare is an orange team themed, yet they're playing the opposite sides, so totally confusing, but that's okay. Finding the first shot, Grumpiest Broom, assisted by Chrome, gets the one-on-one.
All right, yeah, we've got, like I said, Orbit and Flare here, and it is going to be a little bit confusing with the team names, possibly because of the colors, but hopefully we'll be able to do some justice here. And yeah, what a fantastic goal right there at the beginning, right at the start, within 1 minute, already getting some points on the board, so it's going to be an exciting match.
I'm so used to, because most of these weeks, these teams have been playing on those aforementioned colors, but there's a turnover. Cannot find the color of the goal. It's going to ding again. Gamer Boy getting stunned, and now an exposed goal. Chrome trying to get one in for the other one-on-one, and Chrome Platypus finds his team up 4 points for Flare.
And as you saw there, Chrome Platypus had that 3-point open. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to connect with it, even though it did get so close. It dinged off the bottom of the goal there. He managed to get in a position to get it right there, and the defender was just kind of floating around. It looked like he missed his grab, so it's unfortunate for them.
It is, and rolling on out now, not on the scoreboard quite yet. They'll get that shot, or that pass rather, through. And in for a pass a little bit stray. It could have been a one-on-one opportunity had it connected, but only connecting with the punches instead on one scoop. And now they'll find themselves out. Oh, what was that? That was a weird interaction, but they're going to grab it anyway, slap it. Grumpiest Broom going to the other side. And now a clear again.
It looked almost like an unintentional maneuver right there, but actually stopped the disc from going across. And yeah, look, we got another turnover here. This is the second turnover that's actually happened right here for Flare. So if this keeps happening and they connect on this next one, it's going to be Orbit understanding exactly what they did wrong, just turning it over too quickly.
That was some good contesting by a Zenith to force that pass to go astray, but on the recollect, it will be rebounded by Shepard. He'll get stunned as well. Another one scoop, an interception yet again, right back and forth as they go back and forth, side to side, orange and blue. And now finding maybe an open goal for the 3. There it is, 1 point game. Sneaky Evil doing the job.
Orbit certainly wasn't going to go unanswered right here, and they got in the nice position there to get up on top, in the top trench to get that 3-pointer. As soon as he anchored himself right there, you knew he was going to go for that throw, and of course, it's just a matter of connecting or not, and of course, he did. He connected. He's got great aim.
That he does. All these players, super talented. That's why they're here, contesting all these slots. It's been a crazy day with a lot of unpredictability, a lot of high-level play. Defense has been insane. The offense just the same. And that's why, at the top of the race, it's really coming down to these last games of this 6-week-long preseason on who actually gets in on those slots. And going in on the shot, but Chrome Platypus will be got by him. That's a great save.
Yeah, you got to wonder if he was actually making the right decision there by going for the point, if not, waiting for his teammates to come around. But, you got to go for those sometimes. You really do. And unfortunately for him, it was a little bit too slow.
Now some back passing, a lot of clumping up going here at the goal as they just try to find a clear, find a stack, but going to be bothered heavily. So interesting play there, going for the tunnel boost, but it was closed off nicely. Now trying to close off here, close on in on a goal. They got the opportunity. Oh, it somehow goes in, unable to get the save. Maybe he saved a 3-point shot, but still damaging.
Yeah, Orbit right there, getting the goal in the hand, or the disc in the hand just for a moment right before it swung right back in. I'm not sure if it was the momentum of his arm actually swinging up to grab the disc that kind of threw it in, or exactly what happened there. But yeah, it did look like he saved at least a three-pointer, so that's always a helpful thing. Here, the game is right now within 3 points, which is a 1-point game or a one-goal game.
And a little under 6 minutes left to make something happen, but there it is again. This time, Voodoo adding to the fire. 9 points for Flair.
Yeah, and Zenith from Orbit's team there, he did have some position right there. Unfortunately, he didn't have a block to grab onto, so he was just kind of floating in front of the goal, feeling a little bit helpless as the goal went right, or as the disc went right through.
Launching out now will be taken here. They're down by the 6 points. They still got a lot of time to work with, but these are going to hurt them a lot because this is another goal attempt. Cannot find it, but maybe a rebound. No, it's taken by Sneaking. He'll dish it out. So these teams right now, you got to feel just the nerves. I feel the nerves, and I'm not even I don't have a stake in whether I go to fourth or not. So, man.
Yeah, well, Flair is playing very aggressively. It doesn't matter that they're 6 points ahead. They're playing like it's 0-0, which is the right thing to do. You have to always play like the team can come back because you never know when they are going to come back and when you're going to be, grounded for a little while there. And it looks like they took that shot from very far away. I do think they need to compose themselves a little bit and use some of that teamwork with passes to get in the right, spot, the right opportunity to make those shots count.
And, well, we've seen what Flair's been doing. They've been working those back passes, resetting into their goal. That one, though, will just be set into the goal, not online quite yet. So missed opportunity. You really want to capitalize on those very few open threes that you do get per game.
Right. I do think he should have made the shot there as he did. I think it was a good position to actually make that shot. He just needs to get it on point, which, as we say, we make it sound like it's easy. No, but these shots are definitely difficult to do.
That was a good save. The shot could have been on point, but Shepard doing exactly what he's done. Just season after season, week after week here in VRML. Shepard, an amazing goalie. Now going to be rolling in. Bottom it goes. Retaken by one. Scoop taps it on over to himself, if no one else. Trying to find a teammate, just spinning, but cannot find anything productive out of that. It's going to be a setback into the midline as it goes back to the front, but just missing the grab again, and it is just all over the place here.
Yeah, it looks like Orbit's having a hard time connecting with these passes. I mean, they're in the right position. They've got disc control. They're just not making the passes. As you said, one scoop right there, threw it right to Zenith, and he was not in the right position. A little bit of miscommunication, so hopefully they can fix that.
And as Chad has pointed out, apparently everyone on Orbit maybe on Rifts, default ones, which I know have been having some issues, unfortunately, as of late in some of these Oculus patches. Unconfirmed, but according to my Twitch sources, that might be the case, and just unfortunate. You gotta, I guess, just play through it at the moment and see if they can come back here down by 6 with 3 left.
Yeah, it's a different hardware devices certainly have certain benefits as well as certain negative side effects as well when the hardware or when the software rolls out. But here we got another 2 points on the board right there, bringing, of course, Orbit back into the game. Only 4 points behind here with 3 minutes left in the game. It certainly could be anybody's at this point.
Absolutely. I mean, the score certainly not in Orbit. It is really anyone's game still. 2:38 is plenty of time to make up for a couple of lost goals. And off of that bounce pass to himself, perhaps, Voodoo will recollect and dish it back with a tap to Chrome, who finds a nice tap pass just as well, and Grumpiest will go down low. It's a really favorite spot of his. He'll often go for the shot fakes and then shoot it directly at the feet.
Yeah, Orbit was being very aggressive there on that initial launch there, and Flair just barely got it away just in time. And of course, it seemed their composure was nice and solid as they slowly and methodically got it down the field.
Yeah, Strembitsky
2 points for him.
Strembitsky in the chat complimenting the passing play by Flair, and exactly that's what they've shown capable of. Sometimes they get lost with it for a few rounds here or there, but overall in the season they've had some incredibly composed passing plays, and displaying it right here again, perhaps Voodoo. Look at that, corner to corner for the triangle and finding the angle. It's Grumpiest again, getting that one done, 13-5.
Yeah, you saw him bouncing in excitement right there as soon as he got that goal, and he was super excited. And that's great to see, not only from the players, to be excited as they are, but this is the first match, of course, so whether they win or lose, they do have another opportunity to come back. And yeah, it's so exciting. They've got now 8 points difference. So there's 1 minute and 20 seconds left.
Now, Orbit just went for their orbital drop rollout where they go directly below the nest off that one, but it was cut off nicely, both in the tunnel and just down low, just bothering those passing lanes. Shepard here, you can see again the collection from Flare. They're aware of just finding those back passes, knowing that they have the score advantage. They don't need to rush it. They just need to find quality looks.
Yeah, and Flare has been doing a great job of, doing every little thing as far as doing the pass backs. Orbit, I think, has actually been doing a lot better in the last 5 minutes, as opposed to the very beginning of the match where they started out. It looks like they are thinking about this more and more, about how to, keep this disc in their control and to keep Flare away from shooting like they are about to right now.
Losing it off someone's head, and so instead it'll be Chrome Platypus going in for another shot. That's a double-digit lead at 10. But yeah, it looked like one of the players there just lost the disc. They could have found a clear for Orbit, but accidentally bounced it off the head of one of his teammates in close quarters, and those ones, kind of unforced, avoidable, and those ones cost you. It hurts when it happens, and it's happened to me quite a few times. I know on Eclipse. I don't know how many times I've interrupted a shot from Lemming or Simeon in the past, but here it goes in for Voodoo. One more shot perhaps, and there it is for Flare. Chrome Platypus yet again, 17-5 to end this round.
For sure. And I think for the last minute, it looks like, Orbit was just kind of thinking to themselves, all right, we need to come back next time, and this next game needs to be different. Because, when you're that far behind, there's not a whole lot you can do, especially when the other team's doing so well at controlling the disc, throwing it back as they were, and keeping it in their control.
And, well, yeah, in control exactly with a 6 apiece. It's Grumpiest and Chrome Platypus. They are piling on the points. Voodoo as well with the 3 points. And then the assists, 3 apiece for Voodoo and Chrome. And then the saves as well, Chrome, Shepard, and Grumpiest. We all know what Shepard is capable of inside the goal. We know what Grumpiest is capable of in the bubble and in the midfield with all those brawls, the steals. He gets so many of them. For Orbit right now, 5 points for Sneaky Evil, the lone 5, and 2 assists for 1 scoop, but just unable to get too much done on the offense at the moment.
Yeah, it is interesting to see. The Gamer Boy, of course, doesn't have any stuns. I mean, I know he's playing a lot of defense, but, when he does actually have people around him, they're doing a lot of position, taking it, but they're not doing a lot of aggression. And that's going to, of course, hurt them in the long run if they don't do that, because, the entire teams, as we all know, in Echo Arena, it's not just about shooting. It's also about brawling from time to time and keeping your teammates in the right spot. And, of course, keeping the other team out of the right position.
Absolutely, and more so than ever. With 4v4. Brawling honestly got a big buff with 4v4. Maybe not everyone realized that, or it's not talked about too often, but really having the ability to have really dedicated brawlers now, in a sense. And you still have, the available extra man for the passes and the stacks, things like that. Before in 3v3, it was so punishing not having that extra person to boost with potentially. And, it would leave a lot of players stranded at times. But not stranded on that one. Came out, make the shot, 1 scoop going down low. But yes, the trade-off, dedicating 1 player to break up 2 players, it's a great, great worthy trade if you can have a good brawler on your team to do that.
No, absolutely. And it looks like Flare was doing a nice job of getting the disc out of there, but they did not notice that Orbit had a guy hiding right there behind mid. And here they are.
Oh, just could not make it again, though. That's the 2nd time directly in front of goal. They were so very close, and that kind of hurts. But still, at least Gamer in the back line, as he's been throughout the season, finds the interception.
Yeah, and even though these games are 10 minutes long, I do find that every possession is so important. So, those dingers are just, they're going to be shaking their head later if that does, comes back to haunt them.
Hopefully it won't. I mean, fortunately, right now, kind of a wash because no one has scored off of this, and it's back in the possession of Gamer Boy and Orbit. So, not hurting yet off the misses, but if they can't score here, it's going to feel a little bit rough.
Yeah, absolutely. Orbit's been doing a great job this entire round so far of actually keeping it on Flare's side, and that's something they were having difficult with in the first game. But as I mentioned, I did think that they were playing well near the end of the game, so this is actually somewhat expected. I do think that they are on point right now, and hopefully they can come out with 2 points, if not 3 points, and show the other team, show Flare, that they've got something to worry about.
Gamer Boy right now just worrying about not throwing the interception. It does go through, unfortunately. So back to the corner, into the bubble area, just outside the shoulder, taken over by Shepard. He has Grumpy calling for a pass at the backboard, but Grumpiest was actually being contested and then stunned. So they'll reset out here, and actually a clear. And looks like a faster boost from Sneaky. Will buy that too. So finally, after all the back and forth and after a couple of missed opportunities, they'll still score the first shot.
Yeah, wow, that clear was a very, very key moment in the game right there, and the simple fact that they were able to get that position and come so quickly to the disc, no contest. 2 points right there for them, well deserved.
And for Flair, on the other hand, unable to score off of what otherwise was some good defense and good just boosting them to the other side. That's kind of, in its own way, a missed opportunity because you figured, like, okay, we gave them a few chances. They couldn't make it at the goal, so now it's our turn. But instead, just could not convert. And actually, now a steal.
This is what I was worried about. When you start playing a little bit too defensive, a little bit too slow, mistakes can happen. And there you go. 2 more points right there onto Flair's team. And yeah, I'm afraid to say it, but I almost felt like that was coming. They seem to be having somewhat of a different style where they wanted to play really, really slow, and it didn't seem like that was going to be working for them.
Certainly didn't on that one because it's 4 points here for Orbit in the second. They need to win this one. Again, no guarantees based on the MMR and how that forms after this game, but it is one of those must-wins for Orbit. If they can come away with it, they have a non-zero chance of slipping into that 4th seed over in the finals tomorrow. So this one really huge for them.
And considering how strongly they started off in the first game, I know they've got the ability and the actual know-how to do it. It's just a matter of kind of turning around right now, and they need to stop Orbit from taking control. And the best way that they can do that is not only to compose themselves, but to make these passes. And unfortunately, they have missed several of them in a row right now, and it's giving Orbit the best position.
Orbit does miss that pass. They still will retain possession, working it into the back line, and we're seeing a little bit of an inverse now. This is what Flair was doing in the last round. They were being patient with the passes. They were collecting themselves and looking, for the best opportunities and the nice open lanes. Right now, this is what Orbit's doing. They're kind of claiming that game for themselves.
Right. And each of these players are not only very talented at shooting it, but they're also very talented at kind of juggling around. And as they did right there, slow and methodical seemed to be working out for Orbit.
And not really pressured either on the approach too much. So they found the opportunity they wanted, and they got it. 6 points here after a few minutes of play.
Yeah, and after all that play, as we're saying, after all these goals, it's still literally only a 2-goal game. If 2 3-pointers can put Flair right back into it, which could just be happening here any moment.
Well, that was a great stun from Gamerboy, but on the other end, it will be taken and deployed for Grumpiest Broom. There's the first 2. Finally, it took them, 4 minutes to make it happen, but finally on the board.
We got joust advantage going over here to Orbit. And I can't imagine they're going to be very happy about what just happened right there. They're going to want to keep their lead as much as possible, so they need to come out here and get some points on the board. Otherwise, it's going to turn into a much, much different game.
Yeah, if they stick to their game plan here, what they've been doing, and what Flair was doing in the first round, and if they can just capitalize on this momentum, they don't have to rush it. I mean, those anchored passes, those are the ones I'm talking about. Like, it still gets to their teammate, granted, but very unnecessary and risky because those are kind of wild passes to make, especially when they're not super forced,
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think right now they are playing a little bit careful, and it's kind of getting to them a little bit. They're not flowing as they normally do.
Oh, and they're a team that will flow. Sorry for that. And they're going for the goal. That was exactly what they wanted that time. Maybe someone in the comms, getting in the ears like, okay, let's calm it down. Let's do what brought us success here the first 5 minutes.
Definitely textbook. When you see one of the guys going up top and the player, as it was, sneaky evil and actually putting himself in position, they're going to have a likely chance at scoring, especially when there's only 2 people near the goal, because it's nearly impossible to stop 3 different defenders coming at different angles.
And now the miss, but the cleanup. Zenith is there to make it a 10-2 lead. There's about, 4 minutes left here, and that one will do a lot of good for their cause in staying alive in this series and maybe finding themselves a 4th seed opportunity. We'll see.
It looks like Flair is going all out right now. They are certainly trying to be more aggressive. Unfortunately, it cost them that time. I do think that they are able to make it work for them, but they need to get the disc on to the offensive side before they start going so aggressive.
And QL Young with a boatload of subs. I can't even see right now, but thank you so much for that. You are the man, myth, the legend. I take back everything I said about you about an hour ago. Going in here, Grumpiest Broom. He's going to find some room on Voodoo, and he'll get that one for the 2nd score on this round. Taking a lot of time to get these points on the scoreboard, but you know what? They're still going to be in it with 3 minutes.
Yeah, as much time has passed right now, the game is still alive. I feel like they have an opportunity to come back. They already have one round one on the board, so it's not like they're out of the game just yet. We will be going to a round 3 to see who's going to be the best at this in this matchup. But right now, they've got 6 points that they need to worry about.
And time, it's not on their side, so they have to play well here on the defensive end. There's Grumpy, as I mentioned between rounds, how he's always going to be found there, brawling on the outer edge of the bubble, in the mid lane. That's what he does, and forces a turnover there. A back pass, gently on over, knowing he has teammates somewhere behind, so just soft enough to get that through. And also,
Yeah.
10 subs it was, so thank you so much, Q. That was great. In the clutch, but coming up here, one scoop, finding a clear. And taken.
Right. And Flair is playing the way that they need to. I mean, they were doing a lot of control early on, and now they actually have lost it. But if they're doing what I think they're going to do, they're going to be setting themselves up for one of those scores that we saw earlier, where somebody's going to be in the right position, and hopefully they can get a flyby, get somebody in the actual goal, hopefully stun the goalie. And if they get one of those opportunities, they're going to get some easy points on the board.
Yeah, that's all they need. But can they get it is the question. It's easier said than done, especially with how collected Orbit is being right now. Granted, some slap clears going on through, but I mean, a minute 45, 6-point lead. At this point, if Orbit does get the disc again, they don't even need to find shots necessarily. What they want to do is probably just bait out the defense if they can. Play the back line, take numbers opportunities.
As you say that, that's exactly what I'm seeing happening right now. As soon as they're getting the disc, they're doing exactly what you said. They're going to be, taking it easy a little bit right now. They're going to be wearing out this clock, putting some points on the board if possible. But of course, right now, the Flair needs to be taking all chances that they can, getting that disc and being offensive as possible.
Yeah, and there's a reset deep down. So for Gamer Boy, the story with him as he ducks through the season is that he's been playing that back line deep, not just in the mid area all the time, but online for the pass, and that will be saved, but still floats anyway. So Shepard couldn't quite get that. That was
Wow.
That was a brave move, but and actually, I just thought of this. It didn't occur to me at first, but because of how MMR works, and it is loosely, slightly dependent on score differential. Honestly, it might be in the favor of Orbit to actually score as much as they can. I didn't think of that, and it only matters a little bit, but that little bit might work just enough to get them the 4th seed if they can come away with the series with also a big scoring margin.
I completely agree. I mean, you never know how it's going to affect standings in the long run. Not only that, but just being able to score the way that they can, it's going to do everything that it can for their, I guess, their feelings. I mean, we want this momentum for this round 3 to be there. And if they can just put all the points possible on the board, it's going to really help them.
Well, there's the points, just as you say that, so you called it as well, and that's another double-digit lead, 14-4, 8 seconds left, and that will do it for this round. So, one scoop, Gamer Boy, Sneaky Evil Zenith, and the whole Orbit crew will indeed go to the ever-determinant 3rd round.
Wow. Orbit, they surprised me. I definitely expected them to be more aggressive this round, and they certainly proved themselves. Congratulations to them for winning this round. And here we are with 1 round each. This seems to be a trend so far tonight. The last 3 games in a row have all been 1-1, and going into that 3rd round, it really does show you how even a lot of these teams are as far as, their playing skill and also just kind of the game itself, and how easy it is to sometimes go up and how it can just turn around in a different game based on people learning from each other's skill sets.
Absolutely, and not to take away from that, but Dash, I will not fix a tilted cam. You're going to deal with this for the rest of the game just because you said that. No, it bothers him. See, so when you translate to between camera positions to players, like point of view or whatever, if they're all tilty and stuff, it'll actually affect the free cams when you go back to it. So that's what happened there. There you go, Dash, all fixed. Jeez. Take it easy. But not taking it easy as these teams. I mean, woof.
You got to worry about the cameras right there. I do got to say, though, props to you. Palidore has done a lot of great work here with the cameras, as well as just using what Rad gave, obviously, as the tools, but combining that with OBS and all the different stream stuff. The stream looks fantastic. So very high quality. Palidore, great job on that stuff.
All I'm doing is highlighting the great quality of these matches. I mean, like you said, the multiple games today that have gone to 3 rounds to determine the winner. Is that not the telltale story of this preseason and what we're seeing from the ladder system and from the teams, for that matter, as they just show off their incredible skills? So, I mean, All I'm doing is highlighting the hard work of the other players. My work is pretty easy. I'm just a fan, and I'm a fan of this game right now as it gets taken by Chrome. There's a tilted cam just for Dash at the moment. Gonna leave it there for a second, but not too long, as it goes down into the tunnel and just through the hands of the defense.
Flare looked like they were in position to get a nice score there, but just as they were about to approach the goal, that was taken away from them by Orbit. And here Orbit is in a position to score, and here they go. 2 points by Gamer Boy. Congratulations, buddy. I know he's been working hard looking for these points on the board, and yeah, it's the first time he's scored tonight. So yeah, he's been waiting for that one.
Well, you know, the thing is with Gamer Boy is gotta give him his props too, because the thing is he's one of those players who loves the Steez play, loves taking it, you know, the one-on-one plays, things like that. But coming into this season, he really filled his role in the team, playing a backline effort a lot more than he's maybe used to ever, to be quite frank. So that's the thing. I mean, he doesn't put a lot of points in these Orbit matches. He's capable, but what he does is he fills his role, and he does it so very well. And just like that, Orbit, another couple points on the board based off of that team play and that team cohesion.
Doesn't look like they're slowing down. Doesn't look like they're slowing down at all. They are just growing stronger right now. With 4 points on the board, I would be a little bit scared right now if I was Flare. You got to do something to change this.
So they're going to try just that. Shepard will take it, not contested immediately, but oof, on the recovery maybe. There's a couple players down there contesting, and then right back to Shepard, but Shepard a little bit off on his anchor, then the pass just off, so another slap back, and there's Chrome with the recovery. He's going to be pressured hard. It is just breakneck pace again in this race for the 4th seed.
Yeah, Chrome Platypus had a lot of work to do right there, from defending it not only once but twice. Luckily, he was in the right position for his team to keep the disc in control. And yeah, now it's going back and forth. But what I've noticed right now is actually so far in this match, it seems like Flare has a good job of has been doing a good job of keeping the disc on the opponent's side. It just doesn't reflect on the score.
Now looking for a score on that one, too high up and taken back by Zenith. Just saw the open goal for a split second and knew that was his opportunity, but couldn't quite make it. But they will get another take here with this passing play, perhaps, but it will not be in to the goal. So it'll a little bit of a lapse, but taken here by one scoop now off a good steal. And now a game of the boost to see who can get back first.
All right, yeah, it's going to be a matter of position right now. Who can get there quickly? And of course, it is going to be Orbit. Let's see if he can do this by himself.
Oh, no, one scoop, but the recollect. Zenith will find it, so that's 6 points. And right back again to a lead situation early in the round, just like the second. It's Orbit building their momentum.
Wow, okay. So just like before, 6-0 at the beginning. It's only a two-goal game, so it's not over yet. Flare does have a great opportunity to come back, but they need to do it quickly. It's not a matter of waiting till the end of the game. We want to see this this turnaround happen quickly. Otherwise, it's going to be much more difficult for them to stay involved.
Well, causing a turnaround right here is Orbit again, so not quite the results Flare wanted. They're going to try and contest it here. Pair of players, Sneaky, Grumpiest, and Voodoo actually stacking up, trying to look for that speed to maybe buy them some strength, because at the moment, Orbit is just kind of rocking and rolling here with the passes, with the plays, rocking him with a punch just the same, going across, deep down, and he will find the sound of the goal, and it's 8 points now. Orbit again building that fire.
Wow. I don't know what to do exactly. If I was on the other team, Flare really needs to just capitalize, because it's not like they're not in position. They are in the right spots. They're just not getting the disc, and it's just kind of bouncing in the air in front of them. So I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that Orbit is doing a great job at just defending, and they're doing that by being in the right spot, as well as they're doing a lot of stunning.
Now a lot of passing, and what a play. Grumpiest will get that one on the way from the ceiling. It was almost like a, I don't know, Flare's own version of the orbital drop, except on a goal.
Yes. It actually seems to be one of their favorite ways to score. In last game, they seemed to be doing it a little bit, but they got shut down there at the end. So if they can manage to keep doing it, that's great. But not only that, they need to just really put themselves in better position, I feel like, with passing.
Well, they're trying to right here. They do cause a turnover, but oh, caught off guard. Chrome Platypus did not get the comms perhaps, so Grumpy will still find it and at least save the potentially off-balance defense from conceding a goal, but still into the deep end now. Grumpiest will find a 3, and now it's a 3-point game, and very interesting late here in this game.
Yeah. what almost was a big mistake for the Flare right there. They almost had a big turnover within their base, and it would have caused obviously a potential goal on them side or on their side. But that clear went just over the head of Orbit and managed to work out in the long run.
So again, the interesting game. It did work out indeed. Maybe some reversal of that momentum that we've seen. And again, so Shepard this time coming away with it. He's made, I should note, a handful of full court or 3/4 court shots throughout this season. So the second that he even took that, when it left his hands, I was already prepared to go deep down to look at the other side for a shot. But it will be recollected here. Chrome Platypus looking for Voodoo. There's a lot of pressure coming in from a trio of players for Orbit. But looking through for the great passes, Grumpiest Broom almost taken off guard, and now to the other side where it'll find another pile up of players, and this is just ridiculous at this point.
Yeah, Sneaky Evil did a great job at trying to get rid of it right there. Unfortunately, he had 3 different guys on top of the point. His teammates are there helping him out, and there we are clearing it finally to the other side. It looks like Sneaky Evil is going to be doing it best he can. He is going all over the place. I am seeing him on both sides of the map, literally within seconds of each other. Some of these players are playing very, very hard, going after the disc as much as possible.
Just the brawls right now, mind-boggling, and I mean that in more ways than one. They're just getting rattled, and finally, maybe collecting for a slowdown eventually off the bad bounce here. Will get to the hands of Gamer Boy, but a big intercept.
Oh.
If that shot goes in,
Wow.
It's a tied-up game, baby, and here it goes. 3 minutes left, and like that, we've got ourselves a match.
You see Grumpiest Broom throw his hands in the air. Wow, and that was incredible. What he did there was not only just put his arms out wide to get that steal, but he was on point to get that 3-pointer, and that was terrific. Very, very great.
Amazing play here on the comeback. So 3 consecutive goals, just out rising from the dead, and now looking for a shot to maybe kill Orbit, but it will not be the case. Gamer Boy trying to find the disc on the bottom of the floor, getting it over on that delivery, going to be knocked out of his hands. A just rectangle now forming on the back line here. Really tight quarters as they finally disperse and find their plays, their lanes. But wow, 2:38 left, tied up game. Any score here will be absolutely crucial. That pass will go through, and the shot will get in.
And for the first time, Flare is up this round, 2 points above Orbit, and that is incredible. The comeback that they've been having over the last 5 minutes has just been phenomenal to watch. And those last 2 goals, wow. Their composure seems like they just have had nothing wrong all day.
And that is the kind of mental fortitude that you got to have to compete at the highest of levels, and just coming back again from the dead, it looked like. And now in position to maybe win. They have a narrow lead here, trying to tie it up. Just the same, it's going to be a missed pass, a missed catch, just over the hands of Sneaky. But luckily, Gamer Boy there in the back line, just for the reset to just unload some of that pressure on Orbit as they can collect themselves for one more attempt. So a pass up to the shoulder, over to the corner, and not going to roll over. So that is tough. Could have had the tie-up, and instead it's a stuff and into the other side of the floor. Here they come, off to the races, and this could be huge if they do not collect that for Orbit. So, okay, they do good stuff. Try and calm down now, and
There has been so many amazing stuns and passes that just happened there in that last 30-second period. I mean, the stuns alone are what allowed them to keep in this game. And okay, here we go.
Been incredible.
It's gonna be back into the area. Yeah, I mean, we got about just over 1 minute left in the game. This is super exciting, and whoever wins this is going to be coming home with, of course, the W overall. And Orbit needs to win this for themselves to have this opportunity.
Well, they're looking for it. That's going to be dangerous there for Zenith. He will tie it up with less than a minute left. Off of that 1v4. What was that? I have no idea, but he got it.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I mean, when you've got so many people in the goal, it actually doesn't help sometimes. There's so many bodies, it's difficult to see. Not only that, but having a missed opportunity, it means that, you can't really blame anybody because you don't even know who is in the right spot.
And 34 seconds left. A turnover to one scoop. He's going to take the bounce shot. He has a man there for the rebound. Zenith getting punched out. That is going to sail narrowly past the goal. Taken over here. Some passes going through, trying to find their positioning, maybe some back passes. Gamer, that's a dangerous place to clear it. You should know better because Gamer has been there this entire season for about a month straight. He's camped out at that midline and finding maybe the most crucial interception of this entire match and of this preseason. Zenith needs to find a pass, but Chrome will cut it off. So maybe an OT, but no, baby, it's a 3. It's Orbit taking it away at the end.
Oh my God, Gamer Boy came up with his second shot of the day for 3 points, and that is exactly when we needed it. You said he doesn't score very often, but when he does, wow, is it important. That was incredible.
Orbit! Unbelievable finish to that game, 13-10. They came back again, so it was Flare first, a comeback from the dead, and then it looked like Orbit was maybe about to drop, but no, what they did was come back, and they dropped one heck of a shot at the last second to take it. Unbelievable play from Orbit, and you gotta congratulate them no matter what the results unfold here, the MMR or otherwise. Incredible preseason from them, and I'm just loving what I'm seeing here competitively for Echo Arena. Fantastic.
That was, you said it, incredible a few different times, and that's exactly what I would describe that game as. I can't believe how Gamer Boy just kind of sat back, saved it 5 different times, assisted his team twice, and of course had 5 points on the board, less than anybody else. But Wharton, they were so important. Each of those goals were so important, and wow, just wow.
Yes, exactly that. My entire upper body hurts right now. That was such an incredible finish. Oh man.
The way that they were playing there in the last 3 minutes, it looked like Flare had the upper hand because not only did they have the momentum in their favor, but they were coming back on points, and they even took the lead there for a few seconds. But right as we were talking about how Orbit needed to win to have this opportunity, they came right back into it. They took control. That composure was just completely in their favor as far as disc position. And not only that, at the very end there, it seemed like they weren't even going to go for a shot. I wasn't even sure if they were going or what they were doing. And there he went, got in that position, and wow. I'm still just amazed with that. Hopefully they got to see the instant replay. So
I'm gonna have to watch that again myself because, man, is that an adrenaline rush watching those kind of plays. Every time we have these games go to the 3rd round, we have those game-winning goals. Oh, that's like what I live for, I love it.
Yeah. And it was a very high stunning game. I mean, I got 92 stuns, of course, for Orbit, 120 stuns there for Flare, and the stuns are a very important part of the game. Not everybody knows if you haven't played it yet, but when you do get stunned, it stops you for a couple seconds, which can completely take you away from the position that you want to be in. And just for a few seconds, when you've got other people that are grabbing onto each other quickly and able to launch off at a moment's notice, your position can go from being involved in the match to sitting there by yourself while you look across the map while everybody's over there fighting, and that seemed to happen quite a bit of different times there because the teams were doing a great job at that.
And now just doing a little victory dance, I suppose. Gamer Boy, classic. I mean, after all that intensity, after all that screaming and shouting from me, here's Gamer just doing the chicken dance and dabbing and yep. Congrats on the win, man. That was exciting.
Absolutely.
I'm not sure about these moves, but everything else is pretty exciting.
No, it's not even what I expected there at the end. It seemed like it was going one way and then it switched. So, wow, I'm happy that each of these matches so far tonight that I've been seeing have all been somewhat similar in that they've been very, very close. And at the same time, we've been seeing different people kind of, pop their heads up and show themselves to be very, very important, such as Gamer Boy right there. I was kind of watching stats and I thought to myself, man, he needs to do something, right? Because his stats weren't meeting up with everybody else. But wow, he was biding his time. He was certainly, making sure he was in the right place at the right time.
Oh, no. I'm not even gonna go to. Anyways, so we do have ourselves another match coming up here. Dang it, Gamer Boy! I swear. It's gonna be a match where we'll be joining Sir Dimwee. And it'll be V-Spawn versus Morris S'mores. And as we exit here with Gamer Boy hamming it up, but he earned his spot here tonight in the limelight, so why not? I won't complain anymore. But yes, I've been Palidore. That has been RealityCheckVR. We're going to be right back at you with another game real soon. Congratulations again on the great game from Orbit and Flare, and we'll see you again momentarily.
Take care.